pre-roll going. Let me know when you're joining.
I am joining.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. Alright,
And I'm in.
we're repaused. Alright, stream's rolling.
Cool stuff. How's
Uh,
everybody?
I also changed my encoder. I changed a whole truck ton of things. So we'll see how this goes.
Alrighty.
I changed encoder, I changed bitrate, I changed just so many things because um, you've made adjustments, I've been making adjustments, so it is what it is. Hold on. Your bridge is gone again.
No, it shouldn't be.
Now it's back. That was weird.
No,
Whatever.
I just have the headset set on the table, so it's not sending anything.
Oh, wow. So it does dynamically fan. That's kind of cool. It realizes it's sending me black, and so it sends me 200 kilobits per second.
Yeah, because there's a little bit of a gradient, but not much.
That's pretty sweet, actually. I approve, NDI. I
Auto
approve.
throttle.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, we are flying at the Nellis Air Force Base, which is awesome. My God. Right. Okay, so we're flying at Nellis Air Force Base. Altimeter is the lowest you can set it, plus 100. So all of our altitudes in barometric are going to be indexed up by 100. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Um, cool. So, um, just going through a quick briefing. The winds are calm. It'll be straight out of the chocks, left. On lift on the ramp, left again to get to taxiway. I believe it's Whiskey.
Foxtrot.
No, it's Foxtrot. Yeah.
Foxtrot.
So we'll back taxi Foxtrot to Alpha and hold short. Actually, we won't hold short today because we have enough taxi to get through takeoff checks.
Alright, cool.
So it'll be. I will. I'll detach you, and it'll be your lead. And I'll call the left turn once we're on the runway.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll park up for the section takeoff maneuver. After which point, it will be a regular show. It'll be a right turn out of the Delta breakout for a left pitcher brake to land on runway 20, I believe it is. Or runway, 20. We're going to be, I should actually make a correction there. The two modifications, three modifications that are going to be made. One, sneak pass is going to be over the close runway.
Close runway, okay.
Two, the pitcher brake to land will also be over the close runway, and we'll be landing on the close runway.
Roger. Everything else is over the far runway?
Everything else is over the far runway, including center point. Center point's waypoint 1.
Roger.
So make sure your DTC is not set to right waypoints.
Yep.
It'll be a left. Stagger will be left on the pitch brake to land. And then we will be doing a. Covered wagon. It'll be a left covered wagon. And then we'll go well clear on Foxtrot for individual left 90s into chocks.
So we're gonna taxi Alpha, back taxi Foxtrot?
We're actually going to back taxi. We're actually going to back taxi 02 to Bravo, right on Foxtrot, well clear on Foxtrot for individual left 90s into chocks.
Okay, I want to be very clear so I know what's going on. So we are going to back taxi on the runway we are on, which is 03 left.
Yes.
So it'll be covered wagon, the standard stuff, and then we will egress Bravo for Foxtrot and parking.
Yeah. Yep, correct. So back taxi 03 left, Bravo Foxtrot, well clear on Foxtrot for individual left 90s into chocks.
Well clear Foxtrot individual left 90s. Got it.
Yep.
Cool.
Anticipate that it's going to be left wing for on Bravo, and you'll
Okay,
stay
so
left wing, and then you'll stay left wing when we turn on to Foxtrot, and I'll call you well clear at that point.
okay. A request in that case that we are left split then, because I think that will put me on the outside going like as we turn onto Bravo, so I'll be able to tuck across you instead
Yes.
of like having to break a ton. And
Yes,
do
the
a
stagger was left. Yeah.
Great, perfect.
Yeah. Aside from that, just watch your watch your airspeeds in the turns, because we're at altitude. And one other briefing item is the delta out of the delta roll. We will not ease to level, ease the pole to level because there's a hill, but we will be easing the pole to not continue our rate of climb.
Yep.
But it's just going to be a little bit further through level so that we avoid the hill.
Yeah, that sounds good. I have a few briefing items for my maneuvers, but I did have the standard question about goals, but I want to table that until we finish all the briefing items.
Yep, go through. My briefing items are complete. Go for yours.
Okay, cool. So we've talked about taxi, we've talked about weather. My maneuvers, let's see. Inverted tuck over roll should be as standard, you know, also just accepting that flight conditions will be different because we're 3,000 feet higher. Same thing for the high alpha. Expect more power on the pull to the set because we'll probably need a little more to stay up. But other than that, it all should be fairly standard. Depending on how straight down the runway the wind is, there might be a little bit of drift, but I'll try to account for that. And I will be setting up probably in between the runways instead of over the far runway. Well, no, I'll probably just set up far runway because that's easier to sight and it's just easier. That'll probably be a better picture from the crowd anyway. The loop break cross standard altitudes, keep your eye on the hill. I think I have to come up a little bit in order to clear the hill before I go up at 3 miles. But that shouldn't affect timings too much. I don't remember how much, if there, like how much climb it takes to get over just the brow of that hill before I go up. I think if we're at 1,000, I think we should be fine.
Okay, it'll be at 1100 indicated.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should be good for boss 150, which I will call in the turn. What our crossing altitudes are.
Okay, is that 150 indicated or is that 150?
Oh, good call.
Actual?
That'll be 250 indicated, and
Okay.
I will call the indicated altitude.
Okay, perfect.
So I will call boss 250.
Okay, I'll call
If
Chariot
I screw
400.
it up and call 150, fly indicated.
Yep, will do. Good luck.
Yeah. Fly indicated because we don't have any other way to check it. Listen, I'm making this promise to you right now that if I screw that up, I'm going to fly what I told you. I'm not going to correct it in the middle of the maneuver.
All right.
Even verbally. Let's see.
Can try and fly rat out like they do in the real jets, which is to say that when they do the roll at 65, they switch to rat out. I don't have that bound at the moment, but
I don't either. I don't really have a place to bind it either.
Let's skip that for now. We'll try it next time.
Yep. Another thing we could do is we could go rat out on the outbound because once you're on the altitude you're supposed to be on the egress, you shouldn't need to change it. But let's not do that for this time.
Yeah.
We can debrief it and decide if we want to,
Yep.
depending on how it goes. For the Delta breakout, we have that whole hill to navigate. That means that there's going to be a decent amount of climb, but I'm going to try and bring us in between, like there's a shoulder in that mountain range, and I'm going to try to shoot that gap, basically. I did a couple of practice runs, and I was really low, so I'm probably going to adjust higher than I need to this time, because I'll be nervous about scraping you off and scraping anybody off. Which means that we're probably going to be pulling a lot of power back in the turn. So, because we're going to pick up a lot of speed coming down the hill. So anticipate easing of power as we're making the final 90 toward the show center. Other than that, I think everything else is set.
All right. Any other briefing items?
No.
All right. Ready, break.
Hold one. We did not talk about goals.
Okay. I took a look at my tack view and realized that I have some pull in my rolls, so I'm going to be trying to neutralize that for this show, specifically for my aileron rolls. The rest of it is fine, but for my aileron rolls, there's a little bit of pull, which is probably contributing to my wooginess in the rolls, so I'm going to try and arrest that. Probably not going to worry about it for the 4-point, but I'll worry about it for like horizontal rolls and opposing MRT. Yeah, so that's my goal for the show.
Got it. I think my goal for the show is just to fly that final, is to get a good lead and profile for that final delta breakout, because coming around the mountain is a little weird, and I have to do more things than I normally have to do for that maneuver. So just making sure that that maneuver is smooth and clear, particularly after a show which may or may not go very well, so that I can be mentally where I need to be for that.
Don't set yourself up for failure here.
No, I'm not. I'm saying like my goal is to mentally reset so I can fly a good profile for that maneuver.
Got it. Okay. Anything else before we break?
I don't think so.
All right. Ready to break? I'll be switching inputs. BrotherLeb, you got me?
Loud and clear, homie.
Gotcha. All right. Let's get the stream unblocked. Looking good. Minimizing that. Closing that. Still got me?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right.
Look at all those people.
Exactly. Okay, that feels good. Reset my
That's
view.
cool.
Yep.
I forgot how cool this misfile I made.
Yeah, dude.
All the statics and everything. Oh, that's great. Whoa, that's exciting.
What?
Oh, I just switched to the F10 map suddenly. Without intending to.
Okay. Alright. Let me know when you are ready to unpause.
Ready?
Alright, unpausing in 3, 2, 1, mark. Alrighty. Advise running for startup.
Ready for start.
Battery on, APU on, standby canopy.
What?
3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by. Right engine crank.
Leb.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by. Right engine forward.
Leb.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by. Left engine crank.
Leb.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by. Left engine forward.
Roll left, roll left.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by. FCS.
Go for FCS.
In 3, 2, 1, mark.
In test.
Chariot's FCS is go.
Do same.
I'm actually gonna set myself like a decent rat out today. With the wonky barrow out.
Oh, yeah. I forgot how to do that. Oh, it's in the HSA, right.
Oh, no, I was doing it on the knob.
Oh, yeah.
Chariot's IFA is holding DTC.
Leb. Ah,
What?
DTC is not quite set. There we go. That should be good now. There we go. DTC in progress.
Chariot's DCC complete.
Oh man, it's so nice to get good frames here.
Oh, yeah. You might deal with a couple of DCS hitches, but I don't think you're going to be having the problems that you had before.
No, I've done enough flying around here that it's been much, much, much better.
Must be nice going down the strip at like 40 FPS.
I haven't actually done that, but yeah.
We might have to refuel after our flight and go for a strip flight.
Ew, a strip.
Oh, shoot. My stick disconnected.
Yeah.
That would be very unfortunate in the middle of a show.
Yep.
Come on. Is there an indicator light on the stick?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware of either. Alright, it's back. Trace DTC is complete.
Oh, DTC complete.
Trace up tree, come on.
Level 3, come on.
Discord check.
Good check.
Takeoff checks.
Lab.
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading at 298. Check your altimeter set 2810 for a corrected center point elevation of 100 feet. Check your barrel warning 0. Check your FCS 12 30 30 30 down 2. Check your fuel so you don't have lights out.
Lab.
Check your smoke pressure on. Smoke on. Smoke off.
Good job. Good morning, Chariot. Updated winds are calm. They are, let's see, 036 for 0,
That's
but
calm.
a little bit higher winds aloft at 200 meters. We got 4 knots at 035. Chariot, squawk 1205, left squawk 1206, you're clear to taxi left out of Chalks and then left onto Foxtrot for left Alpha 03 left, straight on the road. Line up and wait.
Thanks, Lab. Cleared to taxi. Line up and wait. 03 left.
Lip.
Souls were cleared to taxi. Check park brakes off. Powering up to 75%. Off brakes now. Come left, go to and trail. Ease the power to 68 and let her roll. Come and left, go to on the right wing.
Lip.
We're coming back right. Solo switch ACOM 1.
Lip.
Trace up ACOM 1.
Let's say come.
Adding power to 72. Takeoff checks.
Lip.
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your lights off. Check your landing lights off. Check your flaps are half. Mine are auto. Check your waypoints corrected in the box showing waypoint 1 at 0.2 miles. Check your altimeter set to barrow and set to 2810. Check your dispensers bypassing your C disarm. Check your heading. My heading is 208.
Lip.
Chariot's easy power to 68 and letting her roll. BrotherLeb detach.
Loves it.
Right lead.
Let's go lead on right. 68 lateral. Little brakes, easy brakes, a little more brakes, off, brakes now. Coming left.
Coming left. Okay. Center of the 3 hashes. Little brakes. Easy brakes. Little brakes. Brakes. Solos, we're clear for takeoff. Check your parking brakes off. Updated winds are calm. Maneuver, our section takeoff maneuver. Check your parking brakes off. Let's roll up.
Off, brakes now. Blowers ready now. Blowers ready now.
Chase clear.
Wings level, smoke on, blowers ready now. Smoke off. Let's clear.
Chase clear 1.6.
Let's clear 1 mile mark. Three mile. Four miles, mark.
Let me know when you're beam.
I mean,
Let me know when you take a mark.
good take it.
Stand by, mark it.
Four miles, mark 3.
Chariots in for the right knife edge.
Something right, David.
Missed.
2.5, mark 404. 2 miles, mark 402.
Smoke on.
Correct.
Contacts off. Ready, hit it.
Clear.
Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll.
Clear.
Roll. Chairs clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing inverted to inverted rolls. 1.8 mark.
Match. Four miles, hold 1, 4 miles, mark.
11 on your beam.
I mean,
11 area, take a mark.
good take it.
Stand by, mark it.
4 miles, mark 37.
Chariots in for the left inverted.
Something left, mark. 3 miles, mark 400.
Killing me, Smalls.
2 miles, mark 404.
Ready, hit it. Smoke on.
Roll right, roll right.
Connect.
Kinda look good.
Roll right.
Little drive. Ready, hit it.
Clear.
Stand by, roll. And pull. 298.
Left.
Stand by, roll. Chase clear and clear behind the crowd for the Fortis. Come left, hook's coming down. 360.
Contact.
345. 330. 315, ease in the pole and rolling out. Souls behind the crowd, setting up the Fortis. Check lane lights on.
Left.
305. 300. Adding power. Coming left. Coming further left. Comes the pole. Stand by the gear. Gear. Adding power. Adding more power. A little more pull. Slows at 90 for the Fortis gear. Left to hook ports up.
Let's get around 100 clocks on.
Coming further left, a little more pull. Ease in the pull and rolling out. The Fortis 2.5. Cheers, rolling in.
Clear.
Chariot's online and low. Center point. Chariot's pushing out.
Clear.
Rolling out.
Clear.
Coming back left. Set. Stand by the gear. Gear. Hook. BrotherLeb, knock it off.
Clear.
Chariot's clear and clear behind the crowd for the MRT State 90.
Web state 87.
What is happening? Chariot circling 5 miles from the MRT. And Chariot's turning 5 miles for the MRT. Four miles, Mark 352. Three miles, Mark 350. Two miles, Mark 349. 1.5 miles on MRT. 1 mile, Mark 350. Burners now. Ready, hit it. Good entry.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Ease in the pull. Comes the pull. Pulling. And kicking. Chariot's pushing out. Leveling out 1,000. Coming right.
Connect.
Ease in the pull and rolling out. Smoke on. Smoke off. Ease in a little power, 310. 325. 340.
You got teacher.
Chariot, souls around the crowd setting up the opposing MRT. And we're coming right. Comes the pull. Look for 118. Ease of the pull and rolling out. The opposing MRT to right. A little pull to level. Smoke on the lead.
Flem. Power set.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it.
Roll right.
Smoke on.
Roll right.
380 mark.
Full flip.
Numbers.
Left. Connect early.
Look good for someone lab.
Left.
Merge. Stand by, roll. Pull to 40. Stand by, roll. 1, 2, 3, and roll!
Clear.
Roll! Chariot's clear, and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing horizontal rolls. 2.8, mark.
2.9.
Have to beat that
4
muscle, right?
miles.
11 on your beam.
Hold. Beam check, bro.
11 on your ready to take a mark.
Go ahead, take it.
Stand by, mark it.
4 miles. Mark 430, break.
Chariot's in for the left horizontals.
What's the left horizontals?
Find the crowd clears.
Left 3 miles. Mark 401.
Killing me, Smalls.
2 miles. Mark 395.
Swag on.
Correct.
Correct. Little pull. Ready, hit it.
Roll right, roll right.
Burners. Pull. Push. Stand by, roll. Burners. Pull. Ease in the pull and rolling out. 8.2.
830.
Chariot's coming right and circling behind the crowd for the sneak 2 vertical rolls. State 7-3.
Post 8, 7-4. Sorry about that speed.
We got there. Alright, those are done. Time to focus on the rest of the show. Chariot circling 5 miles for sneak 2 vertical rolls. And Chariot's turning 5 miles, sneak 2 vertical rolls on the runway. Close runway. Four miles, mark point 7.2.
On time.
3 miles, mark point 8.3.
Pull up, pull up.
2 miles, mark point 8.7. 1 mile, mark point 8.9, full burn.
Swing on.
Chariot's 0.95.
Ready, hit it. Ready, roll. Whew. 10,000 clouds, 8-5.
Chariot, high show clears.
High show.
5 miles. Chariot circling 4 miles for the solo loop.
Flip.
Chariot's turning in 4 miles for the solo loop.
Flip's clear, 11.
Three miles mark. Wings level, smoke on. Up we go. A little more pull. Adding power. Adding more power. Vertical 6-0, easing power. Easing more, power a little ease. Comes the pull, a little more pull. Ease the pull, adding power, adding more power. Go Diamond Stinger. Adding more power. Smoke off. Chariot detach. Chariot detach, boss. Let me know your beam.
I mean,
Let me know your take a mark.
take it.
Stand by market.
4 miles. Mark 200 burners.
Chariot's in for the right 4-point.
Was it a rifle? 3 miles. Mark 400. Two miles. Mark 410.
Smoke on.
Connect.
Contact smoke off. Ready, hit it. 1, 2,
Go right, go right.
3, 4. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll.
Clear.
Roll. Trace clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing vertical pitch 2.2 mark.
Pat. Three, 4, 5. 4 miles. Mark.
Let me know your beam.
A beam.
Let me know your take a mark.
Go take it.
Stand by, mark it.
Four miles. Mark 380.
Charts in for the left horizontal, left vertical pitch.
To the left.
50,
50.
rather 150.
3 miles. Mark. 4.
150.
Left. 2 miles. Mark 4.
Smoke on.
Connect.
Add it up. Ready, hit it. 60. Stand by, roll, and pull. Power's idle. 45, 40, 35, 30. Horizon. Now 7-9.
8-1 early.
Looking good. A little pull. Ready, hit it.
Go right, go right.
Stand by, roll, and pull. 2, 9, or 8.
Left.
Stand by, roll. Chase clear and clear behind the crowd for the inverted tug of roll contact.
Flaps coming left. 360. 355. There's 350 adding. Look, power to get. We're easable and rolling out.
You'll have 2 leb.
Left. Souls behind the crowd, setting up the inverted roll. Coming left. Come further left. Comes the pull, adding power. A little more pull. Souls the 90 for the inverted took over roll. A little more pull. Ease in the pull and rolling out.
Son of a bitch.
Up we go. A little power. Ready. Hit it. Upward.
So on.
Ease a little power. A little drive. Ready.
Spark off. Stand by, roll. Pull to 10 degrees. Stand by, roll. Rolling out. Coming left.
Inside close.
Connect.
Ease the pull and rolling out. Coming left. 345. 350. 360. 365. 370. A little further left.
Oh shit.
Three 75. There's 380. Ease in the pull. Rolling out.
You got Caleb.
Slows around the crowd, setting up the section high alpha. We're coming left, easing power idle, coming further left. Comes the pole. Stand by the board. Sports. Slows at the 90 for the section high alpha.
Sure.
A little further left and a little more. Pull. We're rolling out a little bit. And we're rolling out a little cockeyed.
That's not a term we use.
Stand by the board sport. Easing power. 3 miles. Little pull. 180. 170, a little more pull. 160, adding a little power. 160. 55. 150, a little power, a little pull.
Why?
145. 140 pull into the set. Adding power and set. A little more power, smoke up. We're flying it. Little right to left.
What does that mean? Center point. Knock it off.
Left. Pulling a 60. $60 coming left.
Chariot's breaking left. 280. 310. What is happening? 330. I just don't
Got it.
feel comfortable. 340. $350s and some pull. 360. Ease and power. 370. Ease in the pull and rolling out. So it's on the ground, setting up the section breakout. 370.
Left to Chariot.
Chariot. Ease and a little power. And we're coming back left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. We're at the 90 for the section breakout.
Left.
Coming further left. A little more pull. Ease in the pull and rolling out. The section breakout in close. Smoke on. 1.5 mark. Adding a little drive. 1 mile mark. 10 slow. 0.5 mark. Ready, hit it! Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull.
Connect.
Ease in the pull and rolling out. Easing power 340.
Connect.
350. Ease barrel 360. So Delta's behind the crowd. Set up the Delta roll. Chariot 4-4.
4-6. You got it, 6 boss.
Boss coming left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. Tells at the 90 for the Delta roll.
Left.
Ease in the pull and rolling out. The Delta roll. Smoke on. Adding a little power up. We go a little more pull. Okay. Rolling out comes the pull. Adding power. Adding more power. Ease in the pull. Coming back left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. Rolling out a little bank. Delta's in left-hand turn for the fleur-de-lis.
11.
Smoke off.
Shift it.
Coming back left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. Easing a little power. A little more pull. Ease in the pull and roll it out. The Delta roll upward. Correction, the fleur-de-lis. Up. We go a little more pull. Smoke on. Ready to make.
Ready, roll.
Smoke off. Stand by, roll. And pull. Got it.
Stand by, roll now.
Coming right. And crossing in front of your nose at 480 mark.
Connect.
460. 450 and a little power. Coming back right. Comes the pull. A little more pull.
You'll have to.
Chariot. Spoke on. Ease in the pull and rolling out. Up. We go a little more pull. Okay. Set. Okay. Set. Soak off. Go get him.
Level at 3,390. Marking 170. Coming right.
Kinda
410. Ease and some power. Come further right. $400. The Delta is in our right-hand turn for the loop. Break cross boss. 250 indicated.
Chariot 400. Why are we so high?
Ease and a little pull a little further right. Ease in more. Pull. Roll it out a little bit. And we're rolling all the way out with a little pull. And we're in for the loop break cross 2 miles. Adding power. Adding more power. Up we go a little more. Pull. Vertical 6-2. Easing power. Easing more power. Little ease. Comes the pull. Ready, break 2 left.
Nice.
Smoke. 0.5 mark. 1 mile. Mark 385. 1.5 mark 4. 2 miles. Mark 4. 2.5 mark 4. 3 miles. Mark up we go. 4G mark. Vertical 5-0. 8 alpha. Horizon. Now power's on 8-1. 45, 55, 65, and rolling it. Shallow. Level 3-0. 2.5 mark, 407. 2 miles mark, 388. 1.5 mark 4. 1 mile mark 397. Half mile mark 402. So, muscle click.
Treasure.
We're coming left 385. $375.
Correct.
365. 355. There's 350. Adding a little power catch and rolling out. Little pull. 3 degrees climb. 360. Easy little power. And we're coming left. Coming further left, adding a little power comes the pull. A little more pull.
You got 6, boss.
But Delta's on a left-hand turn for the Delta breakout.
Chariot.
He's in a little pull. Easing power. A little further left comes the pull. Easing more power. And we're rolling out the Delta breakout.
Chariot.
We're 2 left. Easing more power. Still up. A little pull to level. Keep it coming. Right. Set. Smoke off.
Chariot's clear. 298 at 270, 1500.
Connect.
300. 310. Coming right. Coming further right comes the pull. A little more pull. 330. Ease in power. 335. Ease in a little pull. 340. Delta's in a right-hand turn for the Delta left. Pitch brake to land, easing a little power. 345.
You got 6-1.
Boss, 340. Adding a little power. Coming further right. Coming further right comes the pull. A little more pull. Ease in the pull and rolling out. The Delta left. Pitch up brake to land. A little drive.
Break it.
Smoke on. Adding power. Got the numbers. Left pitch brake to land. 10 slow. Center point. Boss braking.
Let's break.
Did it again. Ease in the pole and roll out 055.
Let's roll out 055.
So off. 300. Gear and flaps. Chariots come left, gear down, flap down, hook up. 2-way lib.
Let's gear down, flap down, hook up, board up.
260 lib. 2-4 lib. Chariots at the 90. Winds are calm. Stagger is left.
Left.
220 lib. 200 lib. 180 lib. 160 lib. 140 all the way, Leb.
160. $140 all.
Sure, it's okay. Holy smokes, that was hard.
That's okay. Don't know how or when, but I busted the G limit somewhere in there.
Oh, I regularly do for the MRT.
That's okay, Chariot.
Chariot, landing checks.
Flip.
Check your smoke pressure off, check your tabs, check your flaps auto, check your line lights off, reset your trim, and save your seat.
Flip.
We'll go well clear on Foxtrot for individual left 90s and shocks.
Flip.
Check your parking brakes off, chair spraying up to 72%. Stand by covered wagon, off brakes now. Stand by covered wagon, coming right. Give me 2 on the right wing.
Who's me?
Chariot, nice flight, Leb.
Nice flight. Soldier in, Chariot.
Ready, split. Reference 25 knot covered wagon. I don't know what it was, but I was just not in a good seating position today.
Huh.
And like as lead, that was scaring me.
You were pretty smooth from where I was sitting.
That's good. Didn't feel good in the like for me. I was trying to be as smooth as possible.
You were doing a good job, at least as far as I could tell.
Such a cool show site.
I love it. It's great.
Little brakes. Easy brakes. A little more brakes. Off brakes now. Coming left, give it to the left wing.
Flip.
Coming back right. Go well clear, BrotherLeb.
Flip.
Little brakes. A little more brakes. Off brakes now. Chariot's coming left. Little brakes. Easy brakes. A little more brakes. Brakes. Oh, my heading's off. Damn.
Flip.
Stand by for canopy and engines. Do we want to do engines? Do we want to try and fly around the strip?
I mean, we could do it now, or we could debrief. I don't really have a strong preference.
Let's do it now. So no engines but canopy.
Got it.
And 3, 2, 1, mark.
Should we refill then?
Yeah, let's do half tank.
Request refueling.
Don't forget to reset your stabs and flaps.
Copy.
Do you want to lead a no flap blower go?
I don't really want to lead one.
All right. We'll just do individual takeoffs then.
Okay. If you think it would be helpful for you if I led one, I'll do it, but I don't really want to.
Nah. Doesn't matter to me. Uh, 2-1 or 3-0?
2-1.
All right, we'll do a 2-1 short takeoff from Alpha, or from from Charlie. There is no Charlie. From Bravo.
Be real short. Sounds good.
We got burners. We got flaps. We're good to go.
Refueling complete.
Chariot's refueling complete.
What I'm saying.
Standby canopy. 3, 2, 1, mark. Takeoff checks. Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading at 2, 9, or 8. Check your altimeter set. Rad out. Check your bear warning 0. Check your FCS 12, 30, 30, 30 down 2. Check your fuel. Seat arm lights out. Check your parker brakes off. Trace parking up to 75%. Off brakes now.
Rearming complete.
And chariots come. Left go 2 and trail. Chariots ease. Power 68. Let her roll. Chariots coming for the left. Setting up for 2-1 right. Chariots coming right. Okay. And chariots on the brakes. Do what you need. Right lead.
Well, I'm powering up to 85. Off. Brakes now.
Chariots off brakes now. Chariots okay.
Just airborne. Sorry, I was just having fun. I didn't know you were chasing.
You're fine. If I needed something, I'd ask for it. If I needed something, I'd ask for it.
Roll left, roll left. Flight controls. Flight controls. Flight controls. Flight controls. Roll right, roll right. Pull up, pull up. Flight controls. Flight controls. Pull up, pull up. Roll left, roll left.
Chariot State 26.
Upstate 3-0.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Alright, I've done that a few times. Anything you want to do?
Nope.
Alright, let's go park it. I'll be more controlled here when we continue this right-hander. .280. Smoke off. 300. Nellis Tower, Blue Angel Slider 2, inbound 03 left, full stop for the left-hand overhead.
You got two on the left.
Lab. Ease in the pole. And coming left. Easing power. Easing more power. Easing more power. We're coming back left. Comes the pole. We overshot, we're gonna have to come back right. Ease in the pole. And roll in right. Roll in through.
You got two on the right.
Lab. Smoke. Up. Ease on the pole. Easy more pole. And rolling out. For the left. Good to right.
Left right kick.
Adding power. A little pull to low, a little high. We're at the numbers for the left pitch break. Send ball, let's break it.
Chariot's breaking.
And Leb's rolling out 228.
Chariot's rolling out 228.
Smoke. Pop. Gear pop. 290 Chariot. Coming left. 26 Chariot. 240 Chariot, we're coming left. Gear down, hook down, or gear down, flaps down, hook up, board up.
Chariot, get out, left down, hook up, board up, check your land lights on.
Left. 200 Chariot. 180 Chariot. It was a little tight, sorry. 160 Chariot, staggers right. 140 Chariot, little like
160.
140 all the way.
140 all the way. Little angle.
It's hot in here, I'm sweating.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's okay.
Chariot's okay?
And we're stopping on the block.
Chariot's okay, Lab.
Landing checks.
Chariot.
Check your smoke pressure off. Check your tabs. Check your flaps. Auto check your landing light off. Check reset your trim and safety seat.
Chariot.
I guess we don't have much choice. All right, we're going to go left on Echo, back taxi Foxtrot for individual right 90s into chocks. That'll be a funny lineup, but we'll make it work.
We could... yeah, Chariot.
All right, yeah, I think that's probably just the simplest at this point. All right, powering up to 72, off, brakes, now. Be advised, I'll be crossing your node.
Do what you need.
We're coming left on Echo. Give me 2 trail.
Chariot.
Power sets. Roll. 70 lightning roll. Coming easy left. Give me 2 on the right wing.
Chariot.
Easing power, 68. Chariot, go well clear.
Chariot.
brakes. Easy brakes, off brakes. Now we're coming left. Okay.
Cheers, all clear.
Powering up 72, off brakes for letting it roll. You can tell that I should do this a lot. Easing power 68, letting it roll.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Coming easy right. Chariot, give me 2 on the left wing.
Chariot.
Chariot, detach.
Chariot's the dash boss.
And Chariot, you got lead on the left for parking.
Chariot. Go all clear, Leb.
Left.
Chariot's power set to 60 line of roll.
That's well.
Little brakes. Easy brakes. A little more brakes. Off brakes now. Little brake 6. Little brakes 4. Little brakes 2. Off brakes now. Chariot's coming right. Little brakes, easy brakes, little brakes, brakes. Stand by for canopy and engines.
Flip.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. And that's a show and a flight.
Alright, I'm hopping out. It's so hot in here.
Same. BrotherLeb, you got me? BrotherLeb, you got me? No. BrotherLeb, you got me?
Unclear.
Sweet.
Oh boy.
What's up, Pollard? If you're still here, we currently both fly the Windwing Orion 2, I think it was.
That's right. Yep.
Nope, just the original Orion. Yeah, this is the one that's not modular. Yeah, we both fly that stick, and both of us fly the. I have the F6. I have the F16EX. My BrotherLeb has the F18, and we both use the Orion 2 throttle quadrant.
Oh my goodness. So high.
Uh-huh.
I don't always turn the air conditioning on because I don't want to like refrigerate my wife because the rest of the place is not that bad. It's just a 8x6 room,
Yep.
or I guess it'd be a 8x10 room, but yeah, with a crank in 4090 is 4080 rather is.
Yep.
Yeah, not cool. That's for sure. All right.
That's one way to put it. Let's see. Maneuvers, manual, and tac view. Man, I wish I could get that measurement out from inside the aircraft, in between the aircraft. 'Cause it blocks
Measurement?
the view. Like, okay, when you're in tac view and you like do dogfight mode,
Uh-huh.
it blocks the aircraft.
Yeah, yeah. In dogfight mode, I don't know how to solve that. You can solve it by selecting the same aircraft, but then you don't get the dogfight spread out
Yeah.
camera thing. There might be a way to do it. I just don't know what it is.
Well, the options are all over the UI.
I know. It's freaking obnoxious.
Okay.
Tac view is cool, but it is not intuitive at all.
Yep. Let's debrief. Okay, cool. DCS is loaded. I have the maneuvers manual up. It's been a while since we've done a normal debrief. Okay. Yeah, that was a show at Nellis. I think everything. Yeah, that was a show at Nellis. Our first show there. We didn't do a recce flight together, but I think that worked out just fine.
Yeah. Actually worked pretty well, I felt like.
Mm-hmm.
I have a tendency to fly you when we do recce flights together.
Mm-hmm.
Actually going and finding stuff I need to do. So
Yeah, no, I felt like that was really good. Yeah, goals for the show. My goal was to smooth out those rolls. I didn't do it on the horizontal rolls, but I did do it on the opposing vertical, the opposing MRT. I'll be curious to look at my tac view track and see whether that was any more of a level roll. So I would say that's not a success, but like half a success.
yeah, for me, my goal was to fly a good profile for the Delta breakout at the end of the show. The show went pretty well, so I wasn't in a weird mental space. I would give myself like a C+ on the actual goal, though. Like, I don't think I did super poorly, but it wasn't the best profile. It was a little off center, and I felt like we kind of went too up, and there was a little more pull and roll in there, more adjustments to it than a nice smooth turn. So, room for improvement.
All right, time to go over it. Starting with taxi and takeoff, I felt like the taxi was very clean, very measured, got everything done in time, pulled on, it all felt safe, no notes.
Yeah, taxi felt good to me. No notes. If anything, it was just a little fast, the runway to turn onto it.
Yeah.
Just skosh.
Yeah, I concur with that as well. Alright, so, section takeoff maneuvers. The dirty roll, I had the flap thing happen. I noticed it in the middle of the roll, but at that point, I'm like 200 feet extra high and really slow. So that put me in extreme danger for the rest of the maneuver. To be honest, I should have just cleared behind crowd and no maneuvered the rest. But I didn't. I continued with the maneuver, and it looked sloppy as heck, and probably super sketch for people on the ground. So I'll take that safety, and I'm glad to be here still.
Yeah. The Immelman to inverted was a pretty decent maneuver. There, I had a little bit of a descent rate, about 1,000 feet per minute, but I started out at 2,900 feet, and so that's well within parameters. So no major notes, just could be a little flatter.
Let's see. My indicated airspeed lowest was 112, so yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's not quite stall speed in this jet, weirdly, but
that is...
It's right on the edge of it.
That is one knot above stall speed.
Yeah, I think stall speed's like what, 108? 110?
Stall speed is 110 to 112, depending on conditions. So I was like right on the bubble. So yeah, that's totally a safety, and I'll fix it for next time. All right. The knife edge. Yeah. Ingress looked fine. Flying the adjusted altitude for that. And I think the timing was a little close, actually. But I'll be interested to look at the tape, and my clears were absolute trash.
Yeah, maneuver inside the box was pretty solid, more or less on time. I don't remember there. Yeah, I was pretty much pegged on the way in, so that felt pretty good. My clears were, I was a little excited, so slight overroll, but other than that, no notes.
Cool. So then, oh, I should probably, share my virtual camera with you. All right, inverted to inverted. I was descending into the box and was totally off on like speeds and stuff like that coming into the box. So that messed up my roll inverted, but once I got into the box itself, everything was fine, and yeah, I just was behind you in all the way into the box. So I'll fix that for next time.
Yeah, I think the inbound for that was all right, but I think I missed a call, so I ended up calling a inbound marker. It's either this maneuver or the next maneuver. No, it's not the next maneuver. It must have been this one. My inbound marker was at 2.5 instead of 3. Speeds were pretty consistent. A slight overroll in the roll. Other than that, pretty solid maneuver.
Cool. Just gonna speed up my attack view so we get to the Fortis. All right. So on to the Fortis. Let's see. This felt pretty decent. I managed to keep the throttle in a good place. We were low by about 100 feet. But we weren't below the aerobatic minimum of 200 feet total. So, I think all things considered, it was fine. And my roll and clear was the cleanest it's been in a hot minute. So I think I'll call that one a C+.
Yeah, a little late on the rejoin. The jet, a little in close and you're rolling, and then a little back coming into the box. I think I just barely made it to your wing by center point, so it just won't look as good from the crowd, especially because we're so far away from them. Knowing that we were low and so far away, I tried to stay basically level with you, but I think I'm going to be just a hair low. Because it took me so long to get a beam, I wasn't quite in the position that I normally am for the clear, but I think it worked out. I think I'll just be a little higher than you relative to crowd, which won't look good. So definitely lots to work on there.
Alrighty. Moving on to the MRT. I decided to try taking this a little slower. Like around the corner. So entry speed was same, but then I held it around 310 rather than 320. That got the thing standing on the tail, but I think I'm actually going to shoot for 315. And I know that seems weird, but 320 is too fast, and 310 is too slow, so I need to find the fancy in between. I think it's going to be 315. Definitely stood on the tail, that's for sure. And leveled out at 1,000. But I was just ended up clearing too slow a speed. So, I mean it's a B plus, but I still some room for improvement.
Not much to talk about here except for the fact that I didn't know you were doing it slow. I was alert. So I was pretty far out in front of you and kind of wide. I took a pretty aggressive angle back into you once we were headed behind crowd, which meant the rejoin happened more quickly, but it felt just a slight bit dangerous. So I don't know that that level of a closing angle is. It was like a 20-degree closing angle to start. So I was probably looking for more like a 10-degree closing angle. Yeah.
All right. Next up is the opposing minimum radius turn. I'll take a big safety here. I went to mill power when I said ready, hit it, and almost ran into the back of you. But aside from that almost fatal moment for both of us, the rest of the maneuver was pretty good on my side. Felt like we were a little in close to the crowd, so I ended up being flat coming across center point. Lots of, chucking the rudder and, flatten it out. But the rolls were good, and yeah, no other notes.
Yeah, turn in was good. I got a beam right when you handed me the lead and set. I didn't have to make any adjustments at all. Power set, bank angle, nose, all of it, which just felt really good. Haven't had that in a while. Turned just a little under yugged, so I was nervous about that, and I pulled a little hard in the turn, so I was slow to start. I was able to collect it about halfway through the turn, but I couldn't correct for the mistake I'd made earlier, and so we were about 2 left. Other than that, I think altitude on the cross was pretty good, and the rest of it relatively solid. Light overroll on the clear.
All right. So that will move us on to the horizontal rolls. Let's see. I think I was trying to solve inbound speed discrepancy on this one as well. I think I got it by the time we got to the box. And aside from that, really, honestly, no notes on this one.
Yeah, I'll take a big safety on that inbound speed. I just wasn't paying attention to it when we were trying to get a beam, and so my 4-mile call I was 430. So that's just like not easy to solve. I was able to get it to 400 and just peg it there for the rest of the inbound, but that initial one made your life really difficult. Fortunately, you made it work pretty well, and so I think we're only about two, maybe 3 right on the hit. Rest of it pretty solid. No notes. Oh, actually, no. I will take another safety. I was pretty nose low at the end of the roll sequence, so I'm not quite sure what I need to do to fix that. Maybe more pull. I was trying to make sure that the altitude separation was good for the hit, but I should probably think safety first because I was just pointed right at the ground and nervous as all heck. Oh yeah, another note I forgot. I couldn't remember. I guess I was a little flustered. I couldn't remember where the smoke off happened. So I smoked off at the normal time. Then I was like, oh no, wait, we usually leave this. And I was like, no, actually we don't. And so, so it was just kind of a mess. I did get it off by the time we went up the hill, but there's probably an extra little chunklet of smoke because I was uncertain about it.
Uh-huh. Alrighty. Sneaked 2 vertical rolls. Yeah, ended up going to 0.95, which is fine. We can get up to 0.96 and be good. I completely forgot my self-imposed roll thing at the end, like how to do it, so I did something completely different, which really borked my setup for the solo loop. So I'm not going to take a safety or notes there because I make it up anyway, but room for improvement, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I was on time for the first time in a while coming in for that one, which ended up being because you were taking the close runway, and that didn't lock in until I was about 2 miles. That meant that I'm probably going to be just a little early on the timing of that. But other than that, pretty solid. My clear angle was bad, but I just was sort of I'm going to set the wings and pull for the horizon and live with whatever I get instead of trying to figure it out. So.
All right. That takes us through the line abreast, the solo loop. Felt pretty decent. No notes on this one, honestly. The 4-point inbound speeds were a little funky, but I was able to get it there. No concern. Just scratching my head a little bit, but trying to guess what I wanted to do. It wasn't even what you were calling. It was just like my own brain and wasn't solving it. Fortunately, didn't have to when I was on. I overrolled the first roll. The rest of them were clean, and then my clear was clean as well.
I got to a beam too fast, so I had to be really slow. I was just hanging on the blades, waiting for your calls, and so that I didn't have to make a crazy turn, I was pointing back to my center point. So I was just a little close, and it was too quick on the 4-mile call. I was only doing 200 knots, so that was a thing. But I was able to get up to 400, and get basically back on the timings after that. But I think it would be better if I was, it would be better if I was at the beam point where I'm supposed to be flying a more reasonable speed than to kind of fix it with like altitude and airspeed and other weird things. So I think, just not a great inbound because I didn't plan for it effectively. Maneuver itself was pretty solid. It did feel like we called the hit a little early. I felt like I was inverted for longer than I have been the last couple times we've done it. But yeah, the clear was good. The hits were pretty good, pretty clean.
Sweet. Let's see what we got for the next one, the vertical pitch. My inbound speeds were off on this as well, but that's my own bad. I went an extra 0.1 of a mile outbound on my turn-in, so that put me behind. I was trying to make up 0.2 on the way in. Had a calm misconduct where I called the wrong altitude. If we would have flown 50 feet, it would have been 50 feet under the dirt. So I corrected it to 150, but that's extra mental load. So I'll fix that for that's a safety, and I'll definitely fix that one for next time. The rest of the maneuver was fine with no notes.
Yeah, I don't remember any details from the inbound that need correcting, and the rest of the maneuver was pretty solid. We were pretty close. I think we're probably a little bit like 2 or 3 right. I realized as we were coming towards the center point that I felt like I was just a hair behind you, so I tried to bring in a little power to get there, but I think we might be just a couple right.
Yeah, for the final hit, I agree. Alright, inverted tuck over roll. I'll just take a big safety for this one. This is the first time I've ever been able to see center point. Like, see the crowd.
Yeah.
So that's a whole new experience. You're basically flying the crowd, but with a jet in between, and then you have to keep away from that jet, but keep it between you. Whole new experience. So yeah, I ended up getting super high on you, and I think I ended up being like right over top of you during the roll. So that's a huge safety, and I'll fix that for next time. Aside from that, yeah, I mean your flying was fine. I got work to do.
Yeah, little nose low on the roll in, and just took me too long to get back in. I was worried about like climbing too quickly when we're inverted, throwing you off. But we were still 500 feet, so well within parameters, not a big deal there. I should have just cleared outboard when you, because you were directly, like I was right underneath you. I should have just cleared outboard for safety. I didn't. I like tried to separate and get into the position, but that is just dangerous. Like there's no excuse for that. So that's a big safety for me. I should have just cleared and gotten out of the way. Figure it out after that. So taking safety on that. I'm glad to be here.
So I was pretty flustered from that one. When we went into the rejoin for the section for the high alpha, for the section high alpha. So I had some pretty, I overshot and then got sucked underneath you and just like felt awful. We got into the turn and everything was fine. Rolled out from that maneuver, and I was just in super close. I kept trying to go away from you, and the jet wouldn't go. And then the adjustments that you were making on speed, I just never felt settled in this maneuver until about point 0.2 from center point. At which point it locked in, everything looked fine. But this was probably the most frantic I've felt in this maneuver in a very long time. And this is when I started to notice that my seating position, my setup was like off. I was like facing the stick, which, because of how the way that I have my stick set up, is really uncomfortable and weird. And so that was messing with my form flying a little bit. And I think making it so I was pulling in towards you. But yeah, I kept it from being a safety the whole time, and yeah, I'll adjust all of that for next time.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the lineup to start that maneuver. We were pretty like inboard to outboard throughout the whole thing, and I need to get a better lineup. That's not good. It's not a safety. Like, we're going outboard a crowd, and it probably looks fine. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. But I would prefer that lineup to be better next time. So I'm gonna try and like spread out the turn and try and improve that. Because I should just fly a better lineup than that. Inside the box, the like pull to the set and power was fine. I had to bring in more power than I expected, even after I called it. So that probably I should have called more. And then the jet there, it felt like there was a little right to left crosswind, so I was fighting it. But I think we were like the heading tape. We were actually marching right on that, so I think there may not actually be the crosswind that I think there is, and it's more related to just the angle I was at, and so it actually ended up pushing us further outboard, which is okay because we actually kind of crossed center point, sorta, but again, lineup was bad, and I just need to be a little bit more consistent on some of the details of that. I was pretty smooth in the box. There's a little more power than, like, I did a couple of practice shows and I was like flat as a pancake and hardly any change in the VDI. And there's just a little bit more of that instability in this one. So room for improvement for sure. Oh yeah, one other note on the clear. I'm trying to like level the nose when I'm inverted, but when we're flying that slow, it's just really hard to get the jet to do that smoothly, and so I get this kind of porpoisey thing that happens. And so I think I need to accept like 5 degrees nose down and just like capture it there instead of trying to get it to like stay inverted, because I need to come back down to rejoin on you anyway, and it probably won't look that different from the crowd. And just trying to keep it flat inverted is I have yet to be able to do it smoothly. I got real close in a couple of shows before, but it's not consistent enough.
Yeah, it's less about the accuracy and more about the visual.
Yeah, and I think the visual looks bad the way I'm doing it, so I'm going to make a change to hopefully make the visual look better.
Also, a request as your as the person flying off of your wing. There's a lot to think about, and so giving me the information about the wind direction actually just got me really confused. I didn't know what it meant, and I didn't know whether I needed to do something about it. Because when we were in the middle of that of the maneuver, you were like, right,
Yeah.
a little bit of right to left. I was like, a little bit of what right to left? Am I supposed to what? Huh? This is not part of our. It's not part of our contract, and so it was just confusing. So, like, I don't need that information. Just tell me what you're doing with the jet.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, that was a thing I'd never done before. When it came out of my mouth, I don't know if I should have done that.
Yeah. The answer is I don't need it.
Yeah.
All right. So that takes us into the rejoin for the Burner 270. This one came in, I believe it came in a little shallow and slow. Slow was the name of the game today. Yeah, a little shallow and a little slow. It ended up being a touch inboard, which is totally fine for this maneuver. The rollout was a little quick, so I'd like to not do that again. But aside from that, no notes.
Yeah, a little unstable on the out. Good beam coming into the box, which I was trying to fix based on some stuff from the last couple of shows. So glad that those corrections worked. A little too much pitch up in the actual hit, and a little behind you in the turn. Yep, those are the notes that I have.
All right. Delta roll. This one, turn behind crowd was fine. I should have brought in a little bit of power then, like as we were in that turn. But I decided to hold off and see what happened when we leveled out, because it was a little we were a little slow behind crowd. We were in the middle of the turn. We were like creeping down towards 320. But I didn't want to add too much and then have us be fast over the top. So I held what I had, and we ended up going up the hill at about 345, which is 15 knots slow. Aside from that, the roll was measured and clear. There was, yeah, I mean, we were inverted at 0 and ended up with just a little bit of pull to keep us off the floor. Nothing scary or anything like that. And then we kept that pull going to go over the hill. And I've got some notes about the fleur-de-lis, but this one, the delta roll itself, I felt like was fine. I will take a safety. I said that we were easing pull, and then I went into my coming left cadence, and I kept easing pull, and I think I checked you off with that. So I will take that safety and fix that for next time.
That's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was me. There was a point where like you just like, yeah, it was like I was like, oh.
That's me.
Okay, that makes me feel a little. Because I was like, it was funny because you were like easing the pull and then you went into your cadence and I was like, all right, there's always a little bit like in my there wasn't this much thinking to it, but like I brought a little pull back in, and so in between those two things, it got real exciting for a second. All right, so rejoined for the delta roll was pretty solid, but then I got kicked outboard and I just couldn't fix it, so that's just something I can improve on. Getting in like that quickly is fun and cool, and I'd love to have it be really slick and look good. So I was able to get in for later in the turn and just hang it out. A little climb over your wing on the rollout. I stayed in.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that was cool. Little climb over your wing of the invert, which I need to remember happens because we're inverted. That's why it happens. So there's probably, dare I say it, a little drive to keep it from happening. Because I always wonder, like, why does this always happen here? And I'm not thinking about where it's located in the sky when that happens. Also, I'm starting to get a feel for why the rudder need to be what they are. I'm starting to like incorporate that because before it was just like, oh, you use rudder. And it was very mechanical, and now I'm starting to think about like why I would need it, because when we're going up the hill, I'll tend to fall into you, and then when we come down the hill, I'll tend to get sucked away from you, and like, things of that nature. There is a thing that happens where when we are rolling out, I actually descend rudder away from to prevent myself from getting sucked underneath.
Yeah.
And I didn't give enough of that, so I'll take a safety on that, because that would have put me in, I would have collided with 4 in all likelihood. Also, watching a couple of different things, I think they do the delta roll at the delta set, which is a wider set. I think I'm actually just in it because I'm not good enough to be to be an actual diamond set flyer. But it's just like, I think there's more room to play with than I'm giving myself. I didn't quite match your bank angle either on the last quarter of the roll. And then, if memory serves, the outbound. Yeah, so that's all the notes for that maneuver.
Can you say the last part again?
A little climb over your wing on the outbound.
Okay, yeah. And that was because of what I mentioned, yeah. Okay. Fleur-de-lis, the turn behind for the fleur-de-lis was kind of sloppy. It was boxed and weird and just a lot of adjustments. Yeah, the trouble I have is that when I roll out a little bank, I tend to keep it, like, just instinctively keep a smidge of right stick into it, and so it ends up meaning that we end up staying up high, and so I have to bring us, like, curl us back over to come down the hill. So that's a tendency that I'll try and train myself out of. But yeah, we ended up being a little bit outboard, about 2 outboard. But the rest of the maneuver was relatively on parameters. Looking at the TAC view, it looks like I drove a little bit early, which is why we're off altitude for the clear. The clear itself, this was something that I tried when I was doing my test show, which is we just ease the pole and just hang out on that ease for a while before we go up the hill. And that gets us closer to the crowd before we go up the hill, and that worked out well this time. And the rolls were pretty good, and I got us cleared out at a decent spot. Yeah.
Let's see. So, shift it. I don't know if that works. I'm just really not smooth trying to fly a beam in a turn like that. Because we're like, 60 degrees angle bank or more. And yeah, any kind of pull, it gets real squirrely. So I might stay in diamond set until we're rolling out and then scoot out like we do for, other maneuvers like the section rejoin and stuff like that. Because I think that might just be a little smoother. The challenge is like you go up the hill immediately and I tend to just behind you at like sucked and also low. But that also happens when I'm out here trying to fly abreast. So yeah, that there is some tweaking that needs to happen to get that locked in. And it is not locked in yet. As per usual, slight overroll. And then I think I just need to bring in power sooner. I chased you around the hill or around the corner for longer than I felt like it was necessary. But yeah, I was able to get in and stay in, kind of anticipate with rudder the things I needed to top, which felt good. And I'm trying to time the clear to match yours as much as I can, but I keep forgetting that what I see is not necessarily what's happening on your track file. So I actually have to clear before you say it or something. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure which direction it's off and whether it's even possible to do that without hitting you. Because if not, then I'll do something else. Yeah. We'll go straight into the loop across. The turn was high. It just was high. I knew it, and I was like, I'll just like let it drop in the turn, but I didn't, even though I was thinking that like that was my game plan. So I just need to do what I planned, because that meant we just had to do a lot of easy. I mean, we didn't ever get to the point of driving, but it was close to get down there, and then we had to pull pretty hard to get back to level, which means a pretty gnarly ease of the pull at the end of that, which I didn't even call because there was enough other stuff going on. So I'll take a safety out. That is not something that makes it easy for you to fly off my wing. Also, because all that stuff was going on, we blew right through our up we go distance. So I went up we go at 0.9. It needs to be 1.2. So I brought in more pull. We were at 3.5 G by the time we got to that. And then we ended up being 2 left. So
That never happens.
Yeah, so I think bringing power out helped with that, but I think I couldn't fix the fact that we were too far crowd left when we started going up the hill in order to get back to center point. But we're only about 2 left, so not horrible. And then outbounds were pretty solid, pretty good altitude. Inbound, I did not anticipate the amount of pull I was going to need to level that sucker, so that got a little spooky. Probably a safety there. But the speeds were pretty good, except for the first call because we were coming down the hill. But yeah, and then I was 10 high on the hit, which is a safety, so I'll take that one. Glad to be here.
Sweet. Next up is the Delta Breakout. So,
you have any notes from the loop right cross?
Oh, right. Sure. I got notes. Yeah, I was took me a bit to get in because of the, I don't know, I just got gun shy with the fact that we were climbing because I knew we'd have to come back down into me, so I just didn't get close.
Hey, quick note, just for you, I like an outboard angle, like away from crowd like that. Like oftentimes you'll spit us out basically parallel to show line, but having it point away gives me a lot of angles to play with. So.
Yeah, I've noted that previously, and that's why I gave you what I gave you.
Sounds great.
Anyway. Yeah, so I just didn't get in for a while, and then once I got in, I was able to pretty much hang with you. That ease that you didn't call threw me for a loop a little bit, and I was like, what did I do? But then up the hill, I was pretty locked in. The ease over the top, man, the jet just gets super wobbly up there. And I was able to stay in pretty well, but man, the jet just does not like it up there at all, and like it just doesn't like being up there in formation. So these pilots are nuts. Let's see. Outbounds are fine, inbounds are fine. I was a little bit ahead, but I prefer to be ahead than behind. And I made the hit work. So yeah, that's it.
Good stuff. One more note for I just need to come up with a clear cadence for how I'm going to call stuff after you say go get them. Like when I get established, I need to wait to be where I'm going to be instead of trying to get it too early because you're not going to be right there immediately. And I need to like get where I'm going to be. And then I need to like come up with a clear kind of cadence and script for what information comes in what order because it's always slightly different. And I think I just need to standardize that. Boss doesn't have to do that. We don't have any for that, but because we're doing a weird version of this, I need to come up with something that's more standard than what I am currently doing. Okay, yeah. Delta breakout. So as mentioned earlier when we were going over goals, yeah, it was just a little more climb and a little. We were further outboard than I think. Yeah, just a little further away from center where I started the turn. So I need to start that turn a little earlier. I need to climb. And I need to remember the power settings thing. Because that meant that we had to come back towards center point and then roll out a little quicker than I think it's good. And then we overshot it anyway. So things to work on for sure. Trying to look when we come over this hill. GL is. Yeah, that's doable. That's not awful. About 500 feet, so that's fine. And then, yeah, my roll to the set was not very consistent with what I normally do, and so I think it's just not going to look coordinated because I wasn't doing it's going to look lopsided, I think. So, yeah, plenty of things to fix there. Yep.
All right. So for me and the Delta breakout, I realized so I crossed center point at about 350 for the loop break cross. So I chucked burners in and was trying to measure my turn. And I realized you called 380 and I was at 380 and still like pointing away from crowd. And I was like, I'm going to be way behind. So I decided to take an angle, like away from crowd a little bit. To try and get in quicker. It had the opposite effect, actually. I looked over at the right, and I'm like, beating you. I'm gonna beat you to the rejoin. And so I bailed on that and actually came back towards crowd and then swung back around behind you. And that was actually a good adjustment, given how off I was. So that was a good adjustment, led to a safe rejoin. When we rolled out, I spat myself out a little bit too much, and so I got back in before we broke, but that's not going to look good, especially considering the fact that we had smoke on. And yeah, the break was good. I was on parameters and on time for that as well. For the Delta pitch up break to land and its associated turns and stuff. Because that felt pretty good. I second guessed myself on the turn. Brought a little bit too much more turn in too early. It was going to need a little bit more pull, but I brought it in too early, which meant that we kind of just like we eased the pole and rolled out most of the way, like to like 2 degrees of bank, and we just kind of like moseyed that all the way in, and like eased that out all the way in, and like it seemed like you adapted fine, but I want to be actually rolling out and doing what I say when I do that. So that's a safety, and I'll fix that one for next time. As far as the pitch-up break itself, that was good. Um, I don't know what it is about this show site, but I always end up super in close by the time I roll out for the landing. Versus the last show site where I felt like I was far away, but I think it's just the length of the runway, to be honest with you. And the fact that the center point is at the like 2/3 mark down the runway, so I think I just have to delay my turn quite a bit later. So expect that probably for next time, because I was in close by the time I rolled out, like full on like carrier landing levels of close, which is not what they do in the Blue Angels.
Yeah,
Even though
well, I have the same problem when I let it later. So.
it's what they simulate. It's what they're like, it's what the announcer says, but like it is not a carrier approach. What they do. And I was doing one today. But aside from that, like the landing was fine, the taxi back was good, and I'll fix my safeties, and I'm glad to be here.
So yeah, rejoin from the Delta breakout right. Let's see, right that's not true either. I did the right, came to the right headings and like worked the geometry correctly, but I ran out of nerve with my left hand. I just didn't have enough throttle. I can rejoin quicker and safely if I just have a little mash, and I ended up chasing you around the corner longer than I needed to because I was worried about overspeed. And I was going a lot quicker than you. I was doing about, like, even inside of about 1,000 feet, I was doing 380 and you were doing 340. But I think I just need to trust myself a little more. In the turn, the bobble from dropping the boards is a little less noticeable. And I can actually get in a little quicker and lose some speed by pulling hard into you, like dropping the nose and pulling hard into you and just sicking it right in if I have a little more speed. So I think I just basically need to do the same profile I did, but then just have a little more guts for it. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever overshot on this. Try to get close to that. Yeah, the slow rollout that you mentioned, I have done that before. In fact, I have break cross with some frequency, and so I don't blame you for that. It is kind of a challenge, particularly, and you probably would know this again from loop break cross because basically flying the same spot to there's a climb sort of thing that happens. It's got a lot of pushes, so I wasn't smooth. There was just a little bit more PIO, I think, that I'd like to have. It is smoother than I've been recently, but there's a long way to go to get that smooth as I want it to be. I think also if the angle is bad, based on all the videos I've seen, even of the real team, like they'll live with 3 degrees of on that. So you don't have to go like straight down the runway. You just have to make sure that the team knows, because they're not looking like what angle you got, like 3 degrees outboard or something like that. So you know that like when we come around the corner, that's, you're gonna have a little more speed because you're not gonna be you aren't gonna pull as long, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's a longer explanation than you needed. I felt like, so the timing, at least on the tack view, is right, but it felt like I was close to you on the rollout. It's like, that jet is large, but it was very parallel. The tracks were parallel because I pulled the same heading, and because I was about 1,000 feet wider than you were from the runway, it felt very comfortable to do that turn for the field. So if you could figure out how to get a little, like 1,000, you wouldn't have nearly as much excitement in your landing. And I know this because when I did it, I did the same offset, basically the same profile, and I was like, I am pulling so much AOA to get this thing pointed at the runway. So anyway, Yeah, taxi is pretty solid. I totally didn't remember that we were pointed that direction from on the parking. So you like put a bunch of brakes in, then you call come left, and I about came left with you, and I went right into the back of 4. And, oh no, I got to wait, and then it was like inching past you, so I don't smack into the back of you. I think I just need to, if I go well clear with a little more space, then I can just keep a smooth motion behind you and then pull in. So yeah, fixed for my safety, so I'm glad to be here.
Cool. All right, let's go look at the replay.
Sorry, play.
Ugh. What an adventure. Right, let me adjust.
Dude,
What?
looking at the taxi, you stayed within about 1,000 feet of me. Call it any other. When we were just flying around the strip.
Huh?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Some of that fatty overshoot with the, the half Cuban at the end, which you. Yeah, no, there's no way you could have.
The crowd. Right, which is not where the jets are. I want to move the entire air show.
No, this is a bad idea. You should not do this. We could move the jets pretty easily.
Yeah, but the crowd isn't over here. Then again, the Blues don't
They're
usually...
not always right in front of the cloud.
No.
Yeah. The cloud.
The cloud. Hey, you know what's funky? These jets remembered how to look like the...
Oh, whoa, yeah. A thought on the taxi, actually, now I'm thinking about it. I should probably stay well clear until we get onto Foxtrot. Because if I'm on the right wing when you turn, then I get way out ahead of you. Pretty hard on the brakes.
Right, so that we can watch the takeoff and everything.
Yeah.
Clean.
I mean,
Nice.
basically straight and level. It's just inverted. These weird looking Asian / Slavic people. I mean, I don't think they expected people to look at them that closely when they made them like 15 years ago.
Alright, coming in for the kniffage.
Oh, I forgot that's an asset pack actually. It's a mod, so who the heck knows? Yeah. Basically center points, so that feels good. Hey, but let's get better.
Exactly.
Demand perfection.
Roll right, roll right,
Ooh, nice.
roll right, roll right. Roll right, roll right. Roll right, roll right.
Could make that turn more level.
Great. It's just because the jet gets really slow. I think I just need to turn into you sooner. Which feels awful, but whatever.
On the side, parallel. Okay. What a beautiful shed you have. That looks better than it has in a while.
That bone looks incredible.
I mean, you look comfortable, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
You looked more comfortable in the turn.
Let's look at the static stuff. Yeah, let's see. Just a little far back because I was afraid when you rolled in. Yeah, I'm just really far back. I am a beam, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, at 6 you have to be ahead of 5 in order to be. Not too bad. Little sucked. I was just trying to match bank angle, I think, probably. Oh. It's hard to do. I've been doing the Tomcat demo for fun, and it's hard to get that thing to fly level. It's also hard to get it to fly under 400 knots. Oh, dude. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Really? Look at that angle. Whee! You can't tell from the ground. It's pretty sharp. Yeah, you'll have to say. Yeah.
Well,
I was far enough out that I. Yeah. Yeah. It makes a certain amount of sense if you thought you were going to smack into the back of me. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, yes. I'll take that. 2 left, but still. That's pretty good.
And these are my adjusted rolls. Yep. 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 Okay.
So what did you do?
I felt like % drive.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I forgot the smoke issue. You know, it's funny. I leveled out for that, and I thought to myself, I don't think I turned my smoke off. I was like, touch it, just in case I was wrong. But that's where Mo would come on and tell you.
It does look really good. It did feel that way. I was like good way down the runway by the time you to put power in. So it feels funky. Nice.
No, no.
Yeah, I think I was 160 by the time I rolled over.
Yeah. Sneak time.
I love having the statics there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Looks so good.
Oh. Oh.
Told you it was close. It's pretty stable.
Yeah.
It always gets a little woogie when you do enough of them.
It's just it though, is that like, if you go. 3% backstick in him. I was like, oh.
Where do you get the control input graph?
The latest tag.
Okay, we'll have to update.
Oh. This was a very... I've been adjusting it to make the hang over the top more emphasized. Again, do my crazy turnaround, and in for the 4-point.
Not bad. I was a little low. Take that now.
Yes, I got this angle right finally. Sweet. Working. Only been 3.
Yeah.
But you know, you get there.
Yeah.
The Diamond 360 from Seattle, but it was sexy.
I haven't, no. Nice. I'm jealous.
Video.
I didn't even... Should be about 1 or 2 right on this hit, too.
Nice. I mean, I was super lined up before we rolled inverted.
Yeah. So I'm full left boot right here. I try to get in position, which I kind of do. It just looks scary as hell. Should have cleared.
So this.
Yeah, well, I was so yeah, I was trying to get a level with you. Climb angles were so different.
The overshoot. There's me getting sucked. Like, alright, let's just relax, Adam. Let's just relax. There's me adjusting my seating position, and I was finally comfortable. Oh, that's kidding.
I was that was part of it because I knew we were gonna have to bring in a bunch coming into this, and I didn't want to have to do a ton, like percentage-wise, a lot of power. And then also, I wanted to arrest the sync rate without getting too much nose up.
Okay.
And it was a matter of like how quickly we were slowing down
Uh-huh.
and how quickly we were starting to like sink. So that was why those power adjustments were happening. So we were dropping speed too fast, basically. This is gonna look dumb. I mean, that looks cool, but this is gonna look dumb. And Corpus Christi. Yeah, I just need to let it point down. Here's the PIO on the rollout. I stabilize it right around here. It took me longer to stabilize it than I thought. It actually doesn't look as bad as I felt like it was gonna in the jet. Yep. Here we go.
Let's see how it looks when it's in.
Well, in quotes, as in as I've been. There's the climb over the wing, right there. And then a little fall out, and then I'm gonna... Yeah, so I could definitely tighten that up, but a little sucked as well. All right, cool. More work to do for sure.
If you look at like the tack view, I saw a lot of speed. You're gonna learn a lot from.
Okay.
It looked real. Yeah, there's that ease that I didn't tell you about.
Oh, it was there? I thought it was in the turn.
No, it was there.
Okay. See, I was just like
jeez.
struggling out there.
I don't know.
It could be that I did it a little late too, because I was trying to get in position, and then you called the thing. So there's like a certain amount, like if I'm pulling into you to try to match altitude, when you call it, then I have to go from whatever pull I'm at back forward, and that'll take like a quarter second to like, manipulate the stick. So that may not be all on you, I guess is what I'm saying. It's good. Well, and because you allowed that to happen, it was actually really easy for me to just. I wasn't. Yeah. There's just less going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I would have to anticipate your rollout by like a half a second, which, depending on how the sim interprets that, might put me into the bottom of you. So I think I'm just gonna have to live with different timings.
Hardest part about this maneuver is the throttle.
Yep.
There's the wooginess. Always happens.
Yep, 2 left. Okay. Nice angle.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Like. I got.
Yeah, I mean, you got a whole mountain to get around. Cat, where'd you go? Yeah, that rollout was just a little fast. So it was hard for you to catch. I would prefer to be a little smoother there. Sorry.
Well, at the moment, I don't think he. I don't know. I think we had just brought in a.
Yeah, we had rolled a little further right. No, that's on you. My roll was set and everything was pretty off parameters, so. don't change anything up because of that.
As it used to be with the old FCS for these rejoins, which is like 100 knots until you get big on my window of overspeed
Mm-hmm.
until I'm uncomfortable, and then 20 knots until I get in.
Mm-hmm. It's not that. It's the bounce with dropping the boards that,
Oh, yeah.
like, if I'm in close enough and I do that, it tends to induce a little bit of PIO, and so and then if I don't, depending on the atmospheric conditions, I yeah, I don't feel like I can get it wound up without the boards sometimes. Doing that same theory. Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Yeah, that's what you should do.
A crowd.
Yeah.
And you can actually prang the gear now on the 18, which did not used to
You
be a thing.
can. If you have a descent rate more than about 950 feet per second,
Yep.
you will bust it. Which is actually not hard to do when you're trying to do a carrier landing. Just barely.
Bummer. Let's see.
I need to remember that I want to be about a quarter to a half a jet ahead of you and turn at the same time, and then it'll work out.
For
I
what?
can also delay the turn for this, like, cross the covered wagon.
Oh, yeah.
But if I want it to be coordinated, like, timing wise, I need to be a half a jet ahead and then turn with you.
Usually, to let's boss turn, it's like a
Mm-hmm.
turn, so that way it's like a constant fold from all of the flight members. But you can obviously go back and watch any of Mike's videos to get a sense of the timing on that.
Yep.
Nice.
It felt very measured too. Probably can't remember.
I'm actually more or less in the right.
I was so happy about the spacing, and I was like, "This is gonna work great." And then I was like, "Wait a minute, I can't just turn in." Yeah, good. Let me talk about it for a little bit.
And canopies. I know we did them at the same time. Edie's a jerk.
It's funny when your canopy closes too, because like when we call canopies at the same time, I watch your canopy drop, and it goes so fast. Like mine's like, You're just like, plonk.
Yeah. Wait for it. Canopies. Yeah, there he is. It's just like, yeah, clonk.
We started at the same time.
I know. Go through some basic takeoff check. Here we go again.
Woohoo!
And since we're here,
Yeah.
I didn't turn depth of field off. I meant to do that.
I mean, it looks very realistic. I'll give it that. It's just
I
don't
can't
know why
see anything.
somebody. I don't know why somebody would like rack the focus on their GoPro this much.
Well, this isn't the GoPro. This is the GoPro angle.
Oh yeah, you can just stick it wherever you want it. I think you can move it with the WSD. Huh. Or is it just F4 and then you can move it around?
Yeah. Yep.
This would have been so nice when we were filming our
I
videos.
know, right, dude? Instead of that stupid
The
other
amount,
F4
yeah.
mode.
Where, yeah, it's them for manipulating it. Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Stick it on the wingtip.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Ooh. I mean, they flex a little bit, so it won't. Like, if we really go to a turn, it'll be up in our face.
Now we're talking. It was good dogfight practice, to be honest. Good lag pursuit practice.
Dude, I'm good at staying alive with somebody on my 6, but I can't get them off of my 6 to stay alive. I can keep them from shooting me, but I can't get them to overshoot very well. Oh yeah, pedal turn.
Yep. Oh. Okay. I thought the...
Well, that's what the camera was saved before.
Yeah, that's the altimeters. The altimeter camera.
Yeah. You plug the blowers right there.
You're like underneath me right now.
Yeah.
Cool thing is that my head tracking is kept now, so I'm watching my pilot's head, like watching my pilot track you.
It is cool. Man, I really want to make that
You sh-
video that
you
I
ha-
idea.
I
It's
mean,
time. It's time.
Yeah, you have the graphics card now.
Yeah.
You can set it. You can set your desktop to 4K and go, DCS 4K mode.
Yep.
Yeah, it's totally time. Especially now that they inserted that new asset pack.
Yeah.
With all
massive
the
asset pack.
extra gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
I gotta build a bunch of Miz files to do it. Yeah. Well, that's cool.
a
Yeah.
little bit of a pedal flat spin.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
That is actually super useful in a dogfight in the F-18. That pedal flat spin that it can do.
You gotta have a decent amount of knots to initiate it, which means you gotta unload a little to get knots so you can start it. Because if you're already pulling a bunch of AOA, it's harder to make it kick around. That's cool.
You're just a little bit too unpredictable for me to fly left wing for the first time in like 6 months. That's not really on you, it's just that I'm not experienced at it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kill us.
Yeah, left wing is hard. It's just hard. Like when we were doing the water shows and I had to be on left wing flat pass, right pass thingies, it was just like, jeez.
I was like, nah, this isn't working.
Gosh, that camera makes it so much easier though.
Oh, dude.
You know how long that would have taken? Probably like 15 minutes.
I mean, it would have saved us eons.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, so
yeah,
much.
yeah.
That's so cool. So freaking good.
You can thank the DCS Blue Angels for the skin, though.
Oh, yeah. 4K skin is so nice.
The 4K skin is just stunning.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Dude. We're doing our project!
Uh-huh. The fact that you could do it on the fly that fast, like, I remember trying to get shot like this, and it just took
Yep.
forever. And then you had to save the camera position.
That was a nightmare every time. Yeah. It's a turn.
I'd love to know what your settings are.
What my current
Upgrading.
settings are?
Yeah.
Why?
Is this what you fight VR in?
No. Heck no.
Okay. No, so yeah, what your settings are, what... Because I've been trying to push it basically to just get everything I possibly can out of it. I forgot about the 4K desktop thing.
Yeah.
You were right behind me.
Yeah. Still, it was at about 8 seconds. Dude, the new gear model that they've done, it looks so good.
That looked pretty good.
wide angle here. Close it, Adam. Close it. You know you want to. There we go. Camera's so much easier to control.
I know, right?
It's not even super sensitive.
Alright, I'm going to start building the Miz files for the video project. I have an idea. I've had that idea for okay. Started thinking through my shot list, build files so that I can literally, like, I only need like 30-second track files. God, it looks so freaking good.
Back.
Oh yeah, no, I have it in my drawer.
Profile
Yep.
that has no bumps or anything.
Yep.
And like, get something that feels like a camera to you.
Yep.
And
I've
yeah.
literally thought about that. So I have, you're gonna laugh, I have Nerf guns.
Yes.
I have a Nerf, I'm gonna stick it on a Nerf gun, I'm gonna hold it and just like turn it around. Unless I got rid of them when we moved. Oh, that would suck.
It doesn't matter. You can.
I can buy something cheap.
Or you can just
I'd
get
rather
like
not
a
buy something
couple of pieces of wood and.
Yeah. Gosh, that looks so good.
Uh huh.
Holy cow. Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you hit shift? Oh, I can't remember what the button is.
To what?
There's a way to get camera shake or something.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez, I don't know what that is.
It's like shift K, or don't just try to hit buttons.
Why not?
I mean, you can try it.
It
but I don't
definitely
remember
wasn't
what
Shift K. Which shift?
left shift, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it wasn't Shift K.
You could look like I go to adjust controls and then hit camera, and it'll be one of the options. Or not hit camera, select camera, or search for camera rather.
Oh, that'd be under general, right?
General. And it'll be a toggle.
Jiggle toggle, left Shift J. I think that's what you're talking about, right?
Yep, yeah. I was just curious if it actually did anything. I don't know.
Let's find out. Not on this camera.
Huh. Wonder what camera it does.
I think it's F11.
Okay. Yeah. What do you?
Relax. I know what I'm doing. Actually, hang
I
on.
remember spending a really long time trying to get that exact angle.
I know, right? And I just did it.
Uh-huh.
In like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, and you can pan while this is happening.
Yeah.
Because that was the other thing, you couldn't pan because it would completely change the angle and stuff.
See, I can do this.
Yep, it's pretty sick.
Not a problem. Yeah, so now we can actually, like, move the camera.
Yeah, like this looks so good.
Easy.
Like, I'm gonna use shots like this in the video because it looks like a real thing. Oh my god, it looks so good.
Oh, actually, while we're here, adjust controls, camera, where's the depth of field? There is a way to adjust it.
Might have to search depth of field or something. I don't know what it's called.
It's a camera setting.
All right, while you're doing that, I'll see if I can find it on the internet.
Wingman camera is left alt F4. What's wingman camera? What am I looking at here? What is this nonsense?
What? What are you doing?
This is the wingman camera.
No, but what inputs are you?
Left alt F4.
No, but like, are you putting any inputs that are making it do these?
Yeah,
funny
I'm moving the
motions?
mouse.
Oh, okay.
Apparently I'm on your jet now.
Huh.
Look at this. Look at this. That's crazy. Alright.
That looks so good.
Yeah,
So freaking
dude. Dude.
All right.
Dude.
I haven't found the depth of field.
I know it exists.
I'm looking. External view only. If you want. Can't adjust focal length as of June 10th, 2023.
That's not true.
June 10th, like a year ago.
I know. No, I was able to do it back then too.
Really? I don't know.
Oh, uh-oh.
Still looking.
I did something that changed the size of my my icons on my desktop. What did I do? What did I do? How did what? Keyboard shortcut. Make desktop icons smaller. Control.
Control and scroll changes it? How? Oh, the size of the icon. I thought it was the depth of field setting.
Alright, we're good. I was like, what is going on? Alright, DCS camera depth of field.
That's not right. That's zoom in and zoom out.
Right control. No, that's yeah. That's
No,
also yeah. I'm looking at
zooms
that.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can change it in the DCS files.
There's a mod apparently.
Huh. Okay. It's not too hard to make work in it. Yeah, I'm looking at this mod now.
The correctly calculated depth of field mod.
That's the one.
That's the one. It hasn't been
we-
updated for 5 years.
Really freaking time, so it's probably not gonna work. But yeah. Oh, interesting, and it goes by camera types.
Huh. User manual. Let's look in here. Depth of field. Just the settings, unfortunately. Bummer. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
So this guy that made the mod recommends using bokeh for the depth of field setting,
Yeah,
but
that's what
he's
I'm
still
using.
using his mod.
I'm using bokeh. Uh, Also, you should turn on some sort of motion blur for your video as well.
Yeah, though I'm not gonna have a heat port on because that looks
You know,
not good.
what I would actually probably do is do motion blur in post.
That's actually probably to be pain in the neck, but probably worth it.
Well, I would take a look at that there, motion blur, like what it looks like in Sim.
Yeah. Oh, this is Havoc's mod. I know him. Well, I don't know him, but I know of him.
Yeah. Problem is what if you want something that's on the jet but isn't the subject, right?
Yeah. So it seems like this is a hard code.
Yeah,
It's
it
not like
is.
a manipulative, like you change a file and then it has like you're shooting in 200 millimeter or
Yeah.
75 millimeter or
Well, I
something
mean,
like that.
clearly they can do stuff like that for their own videos, so maybe it's worth posting on the forums / like on the DCS videos themselves and asking. Let's see. I was going to show you my settings. And then I'm going to shut down the stream after that.
That's good. Let's go to the last one.
Settings. Yeah, so basically, I have everything turned on high, essentially.
Let me hold on. While you're doing that, I'm gonna get my settings up so I can see. You can do a little comparo.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Here, we'll make this bigger for you.
thank you.
I'll turn off debrief. Actually, if I'm going to do that, let's do it this way.
Okay, settings. So my everything looks nuts settings look like this. Let's see, can I see? Oh, it's so big. All right, so that's true. That's true. Yep. I experimented with different DLSS, DLAA, and things
Me
like
too.
that, and nothing looked as good as MSA times 4.
Also, the ghosting was nasty on
it was
everything else.
really bad. Oh, you have sharpening up a lot higher than I do.
Yep.
I could try it. I don't know.
In 4K, you won't need sharpening up.
I guess that's true.
Also, like, I'll be honest and say that it looks pretty jaggy still for 1080p with the sharpening where I have it.
Yeah.
Like, the bokeh was helping. But when I look from, like, F11, it looks pretty nasty.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I've seen all. Yeah, I basically have settings.
Mm-hmm. And then here's the next stuff.
Visibility range. Well, I could go higher. Not that it matters for that cases, but.
For 2D, it does. If you're zooming in on stuff.
Civil traffic off. Who does that? Water and high. Yep. Oh, SSLR. I don't have that on.
Screen space lens reflections.
Yeah, no, I definitely want that. Heat blur off, motion blur off.
I definitely experiment with motion blur on.
Yeah. I could try high, see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So I think high is like the quality, not the amount.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do it because most of what we do requires, like, seeing fast motion from two directions at the same time.
Well, you can change the motion blur amount too. See the
I
slider?
know that.
So, yeah. Depth of field, bokeh. Color grading, not used because why? Yeah, that's basically what I have.
Yep.
All right, cool. And then I'll try doing it in 4K at some point. Let's see, how would I change those settings? Be under display setting.
Yeah, you want to open the NVIDIA app. There's a way to do it. It's fun.
NVIDIA control
Oh,
panel?
not the, yeah, the NVIDIA control panel. That's it. Control panel. And then
Change resolution.
adjust image. Yeah, you do. What is it? Where is it? Yeah, change resolution. Go to customize, and you're gonna have to add a custom resolution.
Accept, and then
Enable resolutions not exposed by the display.
where? What?
Here. This. Oh, you
Hold
can't
on.
see my mouse.
No, I cannot. Hold on. I also, it's covering your. There we go. Okay.
It's the option
That's interesting.
at the bottom here. What?
I don't. Hold on. Enable. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then create custom.
Yeah, and I did 4K at 60 Hertz with 32-bit color progressive scan.
So what is that? 384
0
0
by 2160.
2160 at what is it, hertz?
Whatever hertz your monitor can take.
I think it can only do 60.
Mine is also only 60.
Pretty sure.
Yep.
And then 32-bit depth, yeah, progressive scan.
Yep.
I can test this thing.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, everything's so small.
Yep. You're going to want to adjust your UI scaling in DCS when you do that.
Yeah. Custom, so.
But yeah.
Also, you can select it and through customize. That's fun.
Yep. And that appears as an option. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And yes, you see that correctly, folks. I am, in fact, running this monitor through DVI. I've had this monitor for almost 10 years now. But I just can't bring myself to spend the money to upgrade.
Wow, this is bonkers.
What, 4K?
Yeah, it just looks crazy. It's everything.
I
mean, like, I don't have the quality of screen.
No.
To actually get.
All right, I'm gonna actually try it. I'm gonna try DCS in 4K.
You're gonna do it. Oh right, I could do what is this? Flat screen. I'm pretty sure that.
So yeah. Hold on. Let me.
You can stop streaming yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Probably.
Bye, people. Thanks for.